This is a small handbag used by women to carry their everyday personal items, and this is what we're going to be making in this video today. My name is Tega, and you're very welcome to this channel. If this is your first time, you're very welcome. If you're a subscriber or you've been on this channel before, thanks so much for coming. So guys, let's just get straight into the video. In this video, I'll be making use of this Ankara fabric, which I've used already in one of my videos to make a kimono dress. So you want to watch that video. So what I'm gonna do is to cut the fabric to the size I want. So you want to be working with 24 by 18 inches for the width, and the length is 24. And you want to cut the same for the interfacing as well. I'm going to be using a hard interfacing because it's a bag. So you want to place the shiny part of your interfacing directly on the wrong side of your fabric, as you can see, and you apply your iron and iron that, guys. Once you've applied your interfacing, you want to fold the fabric across. Instead of the 24 inches for the length, now you've got 12 inches when it's folded. And once you've done that, you want to come down to the edge and mark 3 by 3. You want to take 3 inches there and 3 inches there as well, like a square. So 3 by 3 square, you want to take that and make your marking and rule a line like that. And you're going to do the same for the other edge of the bag. So 3 by 3 again on that side. Three by 3 inches. Make your marking and you roll your line. You want to cut the squares on both sides. And once that is done, you want to move ahead to the next stage. You want to mark 2 inches at the tip of the bag there on both sides, and go over to the other side 2 inches as well. Once that is done, you want to rule a line, connect that 2 inches to the tip of the square. As you can see what I'm doing. Then you go ahead to the other side as well and connect the 2 inches straight to the tip of the square. Right, and once that is done, you want to cut as well. Take your scissors and cut. Once you finish cutting and you open it up, you should have something like this. And you want to move on to the next stage and cut exactly the same for the lining. You want to add 1/4 inch to the length of the bag because you'll be folding it when stitching together, and you will need that extra bit. Make sure you remember to add the 1/4 inch. So you would have 12 1/4 for the length of the lining. So you want to move on to the next stage, which is cutting the handle of the bag, and we'll be working with 4 by 14 inches, 4 for the width and 14 inches for the length of the handle. And you do the same for the interfacing. And once you've ironed them together, you want to fold into half like this. You fold into half, then fold again on each of the sides. Fold into the center and fold the other side as well into the center. Because I'm using a hard stay, it's easy for me to use my hand to fold. But if you're using a softer stay, it wouldn't take on like this. You would use the iron. So next stage, you want to move ahead and stitch down the handle together. And once that is done, you should have something like this. So the handles are ready. Now the next stage is to attach the handles to the bag. And on each side, you want to take 2 inches in. Mark 2 inches in on both edges. Mine was with a twist. Later in the video, I redesigned the handles. Instead of taking 2 by 2, I was taking 2 by 1.5 on one side, then 2 and 1.5 on the other side. It's just to give it a bit of a twist handle so they don't match exactly. So it's up to you. If you want the handles to match, do exactly, take 2 by 2. If you want yours like mine with a bit of a twist, you can do 2 inches by 1.5, then 2 inches by 1.5 on the other side. So it's a bit, different from the usual handle matching handles you would have. So go ahead and apply pins and stitch down the handles on both sides. Once that is done, you're ready to move on to the next stage, which is applying your zip. So you want to apply your zip from the wrong side. That's the right side of the zip. So you want to flip the zip over. Watch me. So I flipped it over. Then you lay it down there at the edge of the bag and you stitch down one side first, right up to the end. And once that is done, you would have something like this. So that's stitched down. So you want to work with the other side as well. Do exactly the same thing. You stitch down from the wrong side of the zip, like that, all the way down, and you would have excess of zip. You can, because I'm using a longer zip here than the bag, so the extra bit will be tucked in later. So you would have something like this. Next, you want to flip the bag over and fasten your zip halfway, like that. Make sure the zip is not completely closed. Then you want to stitch around the bag on the side. You want to stitch this side first, like that. Then you move on to the bottom of the bag and you want to open it up and match the midpoint to the midpoint there, the bottom midpoint to the midpoint of the side, and stitch across. Then you repeat the same process for the other side. You stitch across and you should have something like this. Next, you want to cut a pocket for your lining, and it's a 7 by 8 inches pass for your lining. And fold all the sides, guys. But first of all, you're gonna stitch down only one side first. Once it's folded, you stitch only that side, the top side of the pocket, and come down by 2 inches from the edge of the lining and apply pins. And stitch all the way around. And once you've stitched all the way around, make sure you don't stitch the pocket bit. You still have your pocket there, guys. And once that is done, this is what you would have. Then you repeat the same process like when you were stitching down your bag, main bag. You repeat the same process for the lining and the bottom of the lining as well. You stitch across. And once you've completed that, you flip your lining over. I'm inserting the wrong side of the main bag to the right side of the lining. So you don't want to make a mistake here. Make sure you follow the steps accurately, guys. Make sure you align every single part of the bag so you don't make any stitching mistake. If you remember the 1/4 inch that I added to the length of the bag, you fold it in and another 1/4. So in total you fold it in 1/2 inch. Then you stitch in all the way around. You fold in a 1/4 first, then another one, and place at the edge of the bag like this and stitch all the way around. And once that is done, your bag is ready, as you can see. So I want to flip it over again. So you turn everything inside out. If you want more pocket, guys, you can add more pockets than that. A smaller pocket, a larger pocket. You can go ahead and do anything for your bag. And this is the finished look. This is the finished look. That's my lining, that's my pocket. Like I said, you can add as many pockets as possible. And here you've got a complete, beautiful handbag. Very simple and easy. No hassle, guys. Now we've come to the end of the tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed every bit of it. If you like this video, remember to subscribe, press that notification bell to notify you anytime I post a new video. Comment down below. I would like to hear from you what you think of the bag. Like and share, and I'll see you in my next one. Till then, look after yourself and bye for now.